Shoprite was founded in 1979 with the purchase of 8 Cape-based supermarkets. Its operating subsidiaries include Checkers, House and Home, OK Furniture's, CompuTicket and Hungry Lion. It has a market cap of 92 billion rand, a price to earnings ratio of 29 and a dividend yield of 1.7%. Now, Paul, if we look at Shoprite and we look at its African strategy, it has been the first mover on the continent.
It's done so incredibly well. Look, it really came out of the Western Cape, out of Christo Wiese and Whitey Basson's kind of brainchild. But they really just did everything right, and they did everything right early. So they took massive market share away from some of the other players in the lower end of the retail environment. Obviously not just food, also all sorts of dry goods, as well as household goods and that kind of thing. So the core of the business is the Shoprite Checkers brands, which you'll find all corners of the country.
Talking about market share, there's also talk that Pick n Pay is coming up now and could possibly take away some of Shoprite's market share. Your thoughts on this?
We think that Pick n Pay are really up against some fierce competition. They're going through huge internal change at the moment, so they're not as focused on the race for space as much as they'd like to be. So we still see Shoprite as the aggressor. Paul's right, they've been the first mover, they're the pioneer in Africa. It's reported that they've partnered with a property developer to build their own stores in Nigeria, and it's not inconceivable to see Nigeria being bigger than South Africa in decades to come.
So they know the African market backwards, if you could say that.
Yeah, Whitey would always complain about how hard it is to get good sites in Nigeria and these other countries. And that speaks to the point I made earlier about how in South Africa there are all these good developers that build malls in cities and then you can just move with them. So in Nigeria they've got to do all of that stuff themselves. But they've begun to perfect that model of doing, ship-based distribution, containerized, the whole thing. But you've never seen a share price like that. I remember around about here was where Christo Wiese and Brait tried to do a private equity buyout of the group at around 30 Rand, which failed. In other words, the shareholders said, no, it's too little. Well, thank goodness they did, because here it is trading at 160.
So at 160, would you be getting in right now? How would you be playing Shoprite?
Yeah, look, it's we're getting to a stage where these retailers are competing against a tougher base each year. They keep doing well. We are still holders of the stocks. Shoprite is a favourite of ours. The other thing you have to remember is that the foreigners are growth tourists and they've come to South Africa. A Shoprite offers you good forecasted earnings growth, roughly about 22% over a 3-year period. And when you compare Shoprite against its emerging peers like BIM, Magnet, Walmex, they still screen favourably.
All right. Hot or not on Shoprite, Paul?
Yeah, look, I was very irritated when it took me hours to get my Lady Gaga tickets on CompuTicket.
Are you going?
Which is one of their operations. So really, that was a major disappointment. But look, I like the thing. I think Shoprite as a brand is a bit weak. I was thinking they should take the Hungry Lion brand and extend that to the rest of the group. Because that is one hell of a brand, Hungry Lion. I think that would sell well. Look, I'm being facetious. It's a great group. They've done so many things right, and I think they're just poised for many decades of growth in the African continent. So even at 160, I'm going with hot.
So hot for Shoprite, hot or not, Anthony?
Definitely.
Shoprite?
We're big fans of management. We back them. We've backed them for a long time now. We're happy holders.
Oh, great. So hot or not?
Definitely hot.
Hot. Oh, great. Hot on Shoprite from both the gentlemen.